I'm sitting in my chair late at night, watching crime unfold under the pale moonlight. From the darkest corners, stories unfold. True crime jewels, she's brash and she is bold. On the YouTube screen, we're digging deep into the mysteries that never sleep. From missing kids in Tennessee to angry husbands named Barry, true crime's calling, and we're taking the time. So grab a seat, don't miss a beat. This true crime jewel's got what you need. From missing people to twisted minds, we're unraveling secrets old Barry tried to hide. Every clue, every twist and turn. In the world of crime, there's always more to learn. On the YouTube screen, we're digging deep into the mysteries that never sleep. From Christopher's anger to Stephen Fisher's lies, the truth is calling and justice won't be denied. So grab a seat, don't miss a beat. True crime jewels on the YouTube streets. Lights are low, suspense is high. We're chasing truth, we spot every lie. Step into the darkness, hold on tight. Two flashlights out there in the dead of night. On the YouTube screen, we're digging deep. Barry Morphew's case is hot. A boy in Tennessee won't be left behind. From the coldest cases to the ones that shine, true crime's calling, and we're taking the time. So grab a seat, don't miss a beat. This true crime jewel's got what you need. We're always watching Barry and waiting for the truth. In the world of crime, we discuss the proof. So hit that play and join the true crime journey with Jewels of Thought and her gemstone family.
This is, I don't know how long you guys have been able to hear me. The sound has been off the whole time. Yep, it's been off the whole time. I wonder why I did that. That is crazy. I've got I'm 15 minutes in. Yeah, I'll just delete out the front part of this video. Okay, so hello, welcome everyone. I hope you can hear me now. Put a 1 if you can. I do believe that you can. You saw the picture of Gene Hackman. He is 95 years old right now. Okay. So the picture that I put up where he looks very thin and he looks like he, is not really getting around very well. That was from 2023. And the pictures that you're going to see right now of Gene Hackman are going to be him, in this, great physical shape when he was acting and was world renowned, right? But in fact, he's 95 years old at the time of his death, and the truth is, he does not look like he was very healthy. Now, he retired from acting in 2004. So it's 23 years ago that he quit acting. Before that, he had this very long, illustrious career. He was top dog in Hollywood. And so, it's sort of like there's two different Gene Hackmans. There's Gene Hackman, the actor, with all the public accolades that we all recognize. And then after he retired in 2004, he moved to Santa Fe. He had purchased a compound in Santa Fe that he loved. And on the compound, there was an existing house when he bought it. And then through the years, he has done additional renovations and upgrades. So currently, right now, on the property, there are 2 full houses, like 2 mansion houses, right? And he was always doing work in the after Gene Hackman, the actor. He has spent the last 20 years as Gene Hackman, the writer, the novelist, and the screenplay writer, and the home renovator. Okay, so he loved architecture and updating his properties. He loved his home. So it hasn't been clear. It hasn't really been clear which of the 2 houses they were found in. So this is his home that was featured in Architectural Digest in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Whoops. Absolutely beautiful. It was also in a couple of movies. I thought they had some other photos. I wonder why the photos didn't come through. They didn't, though. Weird. Given the choice, Gene Hackman would rather remodel a house than build one. I think it's like being an actor. I interpret what is already there. And so he, loves the whole Santa Fe Adobe style housing. And then this one, this one shows you the decorating from inside that is so beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? Really, 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 really pretty. Looks a lot like Johnny Depp's taste. That's kind of what Johnny Depp's houses always look like. So he loved renovation. He loved architectural detail. The house is, both of the houses are absolute museums of artifacts and antiques from all over the world. There's nothing from Target in Gene Hackman's 2 houses. They're all like museums. So he has a very large estate, even being 95. He has a very large estate. A lot of money is tied up. His wife, so here's another interesting little factoid. Um, he was 53, I think, when he met his wife, who was in her 20s. So she is well, when she died yesterday, she was 63 and he was 95. So they're 32 years apart. He has previously had 3 German Shepherds at different times in his life. Those are the only kind of dogs anyone's ever known him to have. So many people are suspecting that we will find out that the dog that died in the bathroom closet was also a German Shepherd, but we don't know that to be true. That is pure speculation at this point. The condition of the bodies that were found is very, very strange. Now, that no Target, no Home Goods, no Costco, Nancy Drew, no. Gene Hackman and his wife live like the other half, not our half, like the other half. So initially, when they began reporting this morning, maybe they started reporting it in the middle of the night, but I didn't see it till this morning, and I've still kind of got a bit of a cough and everything. So I think I would have seen it last night. And nothing was being reported till this morning. But they said they do believe that the bodies that they have been dead for 2 weeks is what they think. It is known that Gene Hackman had become quite a recluse. He had long ago lost contact with his biological children, but his biological children were 50 and 60 years old, right? He married a woman who was as old as his children. Maybe that's part of why they became estranged. But he led a very protected, quiet life. Even though his wife was a celebrated concert pianist, she apparently had not been active in quite some time. And it seems like to me, maybe this was one of those weird situations where they've just been housebound and they've been alone for so many years together. They've really lost their outside social network. They didn't really have any extended family that they were spending time with. And when Gene Hackman died, he could have fallen because he died of a heart attack. At 95, he could have been walking outside and have a heart attack and fallen down, right? And perhaps the wife's grief-stricken. Perhaps she was afraid. Maybe she didn't know how she would move forward without him if she didn't have any connections. And maybe she was just frightened. And maybe she killed herself because she was found with a prescription bottle in her hand, and then pills were all around her on the floor in a bathroom. And the dog was actually locked up in the bathroom closet. So it almost seems like to me that perhaps she overdosed and maybe she fell accidentally and accidentally locked the dog up in the closet. Maybe. So strange that he's in the mudroom right off the kitchen, right? The door was closed. So they don't know if he was going outside or coming inside. But at 95 years old, he could have had a heart attack or a stroke. So that's not really much of a mystery. The mystery is with this 63-year-old, very thin wife who is found on the bathroom floor in another part of the house with a pill bottle in her hands, with pills strewn about the bathroom, and the dog is dead in the bathroom closet. Very, very strange circumstances, though the law enforcement is not at all suggesting that there was anything nefarious or any foul play. But my goodness, isn't this a strange set of circumstances? It's very hard to sort of figure out how this could have happened and it not be intentional in some manner. Like, I don't think it was intentional with Gene Hackman. He's 95. I think it was time for him to go to heaven. His body gave out. That was it, right? I think that makes sense. The part that doesn't make sense is the wife. It's just nonsensical. Now, as for the gas company, they have come out just within the last hour or so and said there is no evidence that the carbon monoxide sensors were not working. They were working when the police arrived. Carbon monoxide sensors were working. This was a man that loved his house. He loved his antiques, and he kept his house in perfect, pristine condition. Why would he let a carbon monoxide alarm go out? No way. No way did he overlook carbon monoxide thing. No way. So the police had come out just a little while ago that carbon monoxide is ruled out. A gas leak has been ruled out. So that's off the table, because when I first saw this early this morning, I said, oh, it had to be something like carbon monoxide poisoning to have your dog dead, the husband dead, and the wife dead all the same night. That's really strange. Now it's a little different. If they've all been dead for 2 weeks, then we don't really have any reason to know, or how we might know if they died at the same time. Like maybe the wife committed suicide and Gene Hackman panicked and he was just trying to get out of the house because he was bereft, and he fell and hit his head. I mean, there's different ways that the circumstances could have happened. The one that blows my mind is, why was the dog in the bathroom closet? Yes, no contact with the kids, Carol. The kids became estranged sometime after he had retired from Hollywood. So there are very few photographs of him with his children. Some of the last known photographs happened like in 1990. There are literally no photos of him with his adult children. The dog could have been looking for water. And that's what I thought, it didn't say that the bathroom was locked, Nancy. Said that the dog was shut up in the bathroom closet. The door was closed. So it is possible that, maybe the wife just, overdosed. And when she fell, she hit the door and it closed the dog in. 'Cause my dog follows me all over the house, no matter where I go. My cats, more than once, I've been, sitting and keep thinking, what do I hear? And then I go and my dog or my cat is in the closet. Because I didn't notice that they followed me in, and when I left, I turned the light out and shut the door, right? So they can get trapped like that. So I thought, well, maybe that's what happened. Maybe the dog was just following mom around, and she just sat there and took her pills and intentionally to kill herself, and unfortunately, when she fell, the dog got trapped in the closet. That's possible. So again, the picture of Gene Hackman in recent years, he's quite frail. I don't know if I've still got that picture up. No, I don't. Yeah, he looks pretty frail. Gene Hackman 2025 photos. Let's see if there's a 25. Oh yeah, see, in this picture he looks even worse. I don't mean bad. He's 95 years old. Can we, remember that? So it looks like the picture that are y'all seeing that? Let me make sure. No, you're not. So the picture that's on the right, that looks like the one that I showed from 2023. And then this must be one from just recent days. This looks like a 95-year-old person. Not, this one looks more like 80s. So, it's mysterious at best. I think he died of natural causes. And I think perhaps he and his wife were reclusive and they didn't have any connections to anyone anymore. And maybe she panicked. Maybe she got afraid. Oh, yeah, it happens, Carol. It really does. What is this? I'm shocked at how many believe the narrative we've fed without actual proof of any of it. Well, look, see something, say something. I'm queen of conspiracy theories. In fact, I used to do a Wild Speculation Friday show. That was Wild Speculation Friday. I believe in conspiracies. Conspiracies are real. And it was the United States government that began to shame people for having thoughts and ideas, calling them conspiracy theorists, which is associated with being insane. And they did that on purpose, I think, to shut down conversation, right? And I think now we know that there's a lot that's gone on with taxpayer money and whatnot that's pretty egregious. We know the whole Epstein nightmare was real, and all of that started all as conspiracy. So, well, I wondered about the whole ritualistic aspect of it, but I am a conspiracy theorist. I do think there's bad people in the government that don't care about us. I believe that. But I'm also a pragmatist. I don't know how to say the word. I can write it. I can spell it. Pragmatist. I'm also quite pragmatic. There's plenty of elderly has-been stars. Why would they choose Gene, right? What, like he hasn't really even been a famous guy since 2004. And during that time, he's written several novels and he's written some screenplays for movies. But he and his wife are pretty much homebound, reclusive. No one has seen them. They don't go out. They don't know anybody. It's the dates. Yeah, there's something about the dates. Is it her birthday today or his birthday? There's something about the dates. Now that you said that, so they died on the 26th of February but there was today is an important date for Gene Hackman, and I don't remember what that was. I don't remember. Maybe that was the day they got married. A lot of people, you know what, Critter Watcher? When I've started using Grok quite a bit for information, and when I went and asked Grok for articles or interviews that link Gene Hackman to Epstein, Grok came back and said he's never been linked to Epstein in any way. Gene Hackman has never been linked to Epstein. He's never been linked to Bohemian Grove. None of that. Oh, I believe David Lynch was. His birthday was the day of Trump's inauguration. They had it back and forth on Twitter years back, he and Trump. It was weird stuff. Yeah, I really think this is going to turn out to just be a very sad, tragic end, almost like a cautionary tale for people in aging in a healthy way, right? Because I'm going to tell you, his wife is only a couple years older than me, and I'm young. I'm busy. I got a full life. I'm on the go. Why would she not just call the ambulance to come and get Gene Hackman? Like, why did she freak out? She was a concert pianist. She would have had connections to people to rebuild a second half of her life. It's such a strange circumstance. And I really do believe in the end, it will have turned out to be a terrible tragedy, a strange set of coincidences that just made the situation look nefarious, but in actuality, it was pretty just a weird set of circumstances. Yeah, no, not super skinny. I don't mean super skinny. She looked to be lean. She looked to be of a healthy weight. She looks like she kept herself in like good physical condition, even maybe working out and lifting weights. You know, sometimes 60-year-old women can get middle-age spread or get a little, add a little pounds and whatnot. I mean, even cats, once they get a hysterectomy, cats get really big. Female dogs, if they have a hysterectomy, they can pack on a lot of pounds. I'm not saying it's a bad thing that women do. It's a biological thing. But it did look like she has worked to keep herself in good shape. So very, very interesting that this 2 weeks it took for someone to recognize they were missing. What do y'all think of that? 2 weeks. 2 weeks? You are a millionaire and nobody is coming to your house to cook for you? Who's cleaning? There's something not right about the story. Exactly, Scotty. Hey, little Miss Sharon. Yeah, it's a strange story. You can look at the condition that he was in as a 95-year-old man. As a 95-year-old man, the fact that he's walking on his own 2 legs is pretty damn impressive, right? So these are not people that were eating bad and unhealthy and drinking and doing drugs. They never would have lived to be 95 years old. So there was someone supposed to be cooking for them, right? Am I thinking about that wrong? That's crazy to think that nobody was there helping them. Yeah, these were maintenance workers that found them. And they had seen the wife 2 weeks ago. When was the last time someone actually saw Gene Hackman? It is the saddest story. Wait, what? It really is it's, to me, it's like a cautionary tale. It's like one of those stories that you tell yourself, I've got to remember this so I don't make the same mistakes. And it is true that when people get older, even though I'm going to say it, his wife was not old, 63 years old. She was not old. Okay. It is easy for people to get isolated. They retire, they quit working. Maybe they don't go to church as often. Maybe they don't see their friends as often. And little by little, the isolation and loneliness just sort of creeps in and takes over before you know it. This was one of Hollywood's top shining mega movie stars of all time. How in the world did they end up completely isolated to the level that it was 2 weeks before somebody thought, oh, wonder where the Hackmans have been? So I think it is incredibly important that all of us try to make social connections, try to keep up with the people that are in your life or the people that are in your neighborhood. My grandma, she and this little old lady across the street, both of them widowed, both of them, living their lives alone. And every morning they looked to see if they had, lifted their blinds up. And if the blinds were not up across the street, that was a sign to call the sheriff's department. And so they had an agreement to watch out for each other by this, raising their blinds up as soon as they'd wake up in the morning. So, we just got to be careful and not allow ourselves to withdraw completely from life, got to be careful. The door to the house was ajar with no signs of forced entry. So that kind of suggests Deb Moser. And I kind of thought it. So Gene Hackman's body was found in the mudroom that was just off the kitchen. And so the mudroom is usually a place that's got like a tile floor with a drain. It's usually got like a doggy bath, maybe your washer and dryer, maybe towels, place to hang your coats, boots, that kind of thing. It suggests him being found in the mudroom that he was either he had just come in from outside or he was leaving to go outside, one or the other. But the man was 95. So he could have just had a stroke or a heart attack, right? That's not so hard to understand. The hard part to understand is a 63-year-old wife who is found in a bathroom. The dog is shut up in the bathroom closet dead, and she is laying on the bathroom floor with a bottle of pills in her hand and pills strewn out all around her on the floor as if she had overdosed. That is very hard to understand. As a rural carrier for 30 plus years, now retired, that was the most important thing for me with my elder customers. And it's so necessary. Wait, what? There are so many elderly people that are just cut off from humanity. And we ought to at least take some responsibility to keep check in with our neighbors. If we've got some elderly neighbors, especially those living alone, it's a healthy thing to stay in contact with each other. How old is considered old now? Oh, he's 95. So I'd say that's old. That's him on the left. So 95 for him, and she was 63. She's 63. That's young. Maybe it was a pact of sort. Maybe he died and she didn't want to go on without it. Well, opinionated, that was sort of my first guess, that I could see that he had a heart attack and died. She was in distress, and because they did not have any social network, she probably felt like her life was over, that there was nothing else for her, and she knew that she wanted to go with him when he left. I am too, AP. I am too. Now, there's another possibility. Um, it's not unusual for a geriatric person, especially in his condition, just skin and bones. They have excruciating pain. Everything hurts. So it's not unusual for them to have pain medication. Maybe they both accidentally took too much pain medicine. And I think the dog was an accident. I don't think the dog was supposed to be in the closet. I think the dog just accidentally got shut up in the closet when she fell. It's my guess. And then the dog died of, starvation or thirst or whatever, which is very tragic and sad. All right. Well, I'm going to end this. I am going to be going live tonight. They do, Little Miss Sharon. They do. I agree with you. I mean, Tom Hanks is just yuck. Do you have a younger photo of Gene and his wife? I do. Hold on. Let me put it up. So I'm going to show you open image in new tab. Okay, so what you're going to see is like a recent photograph that someone snapped of them. And it's very clear to see Gene Hackman is 95 and he is walking with his wife who is 63. This does not look like a woman unhealthy at all. No, she's 63. They're 30, I think they're 32 years apart in age. So it is very I honestly he look, I said it before, AP, the fact that Gene is able to walk on his own two legs. I mean, look at that. He was in great condition. Great condition. But, it's hard to know if you don't have a life of your own and your spouse dies. It's very easy to get or that you get divorced. It's very easy to become despondent and not be able to envision another life. Like if it's just the two of them in his home and there's no extended family, there's no friends that come around, it's just the two of them. I'm sure her finding him, I'm sure that she was already, what am I going to do with I used to be this famous concert classical pianist. That part of my life is gone. I don't have any friends. I don't have any other family. When Gene dies, I have nothing for me. And I just think she was despondent and that's how it was. And we may find out. It's possible that she fed the dog some kind of opiate medication or something for the dog to die in a humane way. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe she fixed a bowl of dog food and put some Lorset or something like that in it, and put the dog in the closet with the food and left him there so that, I mean, the fact that the dog died, that makes me think that she planned that. It makes me think they're going to find out the dog was intentionally killed and that it was done because she said, we three are family, me, Jean, and the dog. We're family, and without Jean, we're nothing. So if he dies, we're all going to go all at the same time. Oh, absolutely, Casey. Yep. But, I don't know. Fame is a weird creature. And yes, it's remarkable for bringing cash into your life. And if you grow up poor, having money come into your life can be a big game changer. But how many people who were legends, how many ultimately ended up with a knife in their back because of their fame? I mean, look at what happened to Johnny Depp in his life because of his fame. That crazy lady, Amber Heard, wiped him out, and he was the sweetheart of Hollywood. So Robin Williams is another one, just this storied career, and in the end he's in misery. It's kind of romantic and extremely tragic all at the same time. It just seems, I just think that she had no vision for the future. Without him, there would be nothing for her. He retired in 2004. Since 2004, he has written like 3 books, novels, and he also has written multiple screenplays and adapted some movie scripts for some of his friends. So, he's been busy. He's been busy in his old age. Oh my God, what happened to Anne Hesh was the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. But no, he had given up acting long, long ago, Scotty. And he apparently had no relationship with his adult children. So, all right. So I'm going to overwhelming fame perhaps could and has been detrimental. Oh, absolutely, Casey. Yeah, for sure. And, Gene Hackman did exactly what Johnny Depp has done. And that is, Johnny Depp bought up all the houses in his neighborhood so nobody could live next door to him because he wanted to be able to walk down the sidewalk like a normal person. He wanted to go for a walk at the end of the day. And the only way he could do that was to buy up all the houses in the neighborhood. What a crazy story is that? That you cannot even go into a grocery store without being mobbed. And so he built his own little compound, gated the street off, and he just didn't want anybody to be able to encroach on him. And it looks like Gene Hackman did exactly the same thing. He purchased a large compound. He took the existing house that was there, renovated it, brought it back to its original glory. And then a few years later, they built a second house. The news thus far has not told us which house they were in. All right. So I will be back later on to talk a little bit around 6, I think. Talk a little bit about the Sebastian interviews. And yeah. Sorry, I yawned. All right. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate you popping in. I know I hadn't been around much. The flu got me. I have really been, it's just like I can't get rid of the cough, and that's hard to manage when you're doing a live stream. So, all right, everybody, I will see you later on tonight. Bye.
Well, I'm sitting in my chair late at night, watching crime unfold under the pale moonlight. From the darkest corner, stories unfold. True crime jewels, she's brash and she is bold. On the YouTube screen, we're digging deep into the mysteries that never sleep. From missing kids in Tennessee to angry husbands named Barry. True crime's calling, and we're taking the time. So grab a seat, don't miss a beat. This True Crime Jewels got what you need. From missing people to twisted minds, we're unraveling secrets old Barry tried to hide. Every clue, every twist and turn. In the world of crime, there's always more to learn. On the YouTube screen, we're digging deep into the mysteries that never sleep. From Christopher's anger to Stephen Fisher's lies. The truth is calling, and justice won't be denied. So grab a seat, don't miss a beat. True crime jewels on the YouTube streets. Lights are low, suspense is high. We're chasing truth, we spot every lie. Step into the darkness, hold on tight. Two flashlights out there in the dead of night. On the YouTube screen, we're digging deep. Barry Morphew's case is hot. A boy in Tennessee won't be left behind. From the coldest cases to the ones that shine. True crime's calling, and we're taking the time. So grab a seat, don't miss a beat. This True Crime Jewels got what you need. We're always watching Barry and waiting for the truth. In the world of crime, we discuss the proof. So hit that play and join the true crime journey with Jewels of Thought and her gemstone family.